And so it was, not too long ago, that a fun-loving, sweet Cali girl, the youngest daughter of her clan, after much deliberation, decided to join the U.S. Air Force. Yes, some of us thought she would become a flight attendant, a nurse, or even go to cosmetology school. But it seemed God had other plans for her first. And as Stevie enlisted, she randomly added Alaska as an assignment she would be open to. Open may not be the best word for this, as it was last on her list, almost as high as her desire to marry a military man. Now, her career goals had changed once or twice, but when she joined the U.S. Air Force, there was one thing she was sure of, that she would never marry a military man. You see, Stevie was more of a homebody who enjoyed being with her family. She knew she would be much too homesick if she lived far away, although incredible places like Alaska would later grow on her. Just as a side note, Stevie, if you do start getting homesick in Hawaii, I'm sure there are a few family members you wouldn't have to beg too hard to come out and visit you. Well, as you know, Stevie was assigned to Alaska. She confessed she didn't like it at first. She was out of her element, homesick and getting tired of the routine her and her friends had of going out on the town. Enter Sammy Shepard. Meanwhile, Sam, a handsome, confident, sporty young man from the other side of the continent, full of ambition and rugged good looks, chose to join the Air Force, believing that military service would afford him some educational assistance and secure a solid retirement. He chose Alaska as his third or fourth option. Growing up as one of three brothers, he was naturally inclined to the outdoors, and upon arriving in Alaska, it was Sammy's mission to search out all the fun new places to visit and adventures to be had. Well, eventually the two met. Their initial encounter was at a sandwich shop, the Arctic Oasis, where Stevie and her friend Rhonda joined Sam and some of his friends for lunch. It was February and still very cold, and Stevie was feeling a little self-aware in what she described as a hideous blue track suit, her temporary work uniform. She immediately noticed Sam, who was standing next to a 6-foot-tall friend, and turning to Rhonda asked, "Who's the cute short one?" During lunch, they talked and laughed and had a great time. And in fact, Sam's first impressions weren't tainted at all by Stevie's attire. He remembers Stevie was cute and funny, and afterwards said to himself, "I want to get to know her more." And he would have the opportunity to. A short while later, they had their first date, a movie with some friends. Sammy went for a handhold and afterwards had an awesome time just talking with Stevie in her dorm room. He left feeling like the first date had been a success, and at one point stole their first kiss. Stevie admitted holding Sam's hand had been sweet, and when he laid one on her, she was really thinking, "I hope I remember to use chapstick." After all, Alaskan winters can be brutal on your lips.
That's true.
Although things were moving forward, Stevie was still a bit nervous, just getting to know Sam. But soon that nervousness would be ablated, as the two would share many adventures together, exploring the surrounding Alaskan sights and activities. Sam enjoyed Stevie's cute and fun personality, but as things became more serious, it didn't take long for him to know that she was wife material. Stevie was drawn to Sam's genuineness and kindness. She remembers he was always such a gentleman, opening doors for her, etc., and was impressed with Sam's rare, chivalrous behavior. But in all honesty, it was only after an online background check came back clean and his trip to California that Stevie's brother-in-laws began to warm up to the idea about Sammy and their sister's life. In fact, Stevie recalled the California trip as her favorite time with Sammy. She enjoyed Disneyland and sharing her home with Sam, but was most moved by how much her family loved Sam, and even noticed her own love growing for him. In turn, Sam said that his favorite time with Stevie was during the Christmas Florida trip, where they spent 3 weeks together with his family, hanging out together and enjoying warmer weather. Sam enjoyed every minute of his time with Stevie and felt that she made him a better man. She shared the same values as him, supported his dreams, and was willing to work with him to see them through. He saw that she would be an awesome mother one day and was excited to grow old with her. Stevie enjoyed the way Sammy always had a way of making her smile. She too felt that Sam pushed her to be a better version of herself. He loved her through her insecurities and treated her like a princess, even on the days she felt she didn't deserve it. Family and friends had signed off. Their love was growing deeper, and it was only a matter of time before Sam would pop the question. And so, Sam planned a hike that almost wasn't a hike. Sam, Stevie, and their dog Paisley had headed off towards the South Fork Falls of the Eagle River, but as they began hiking, a sign warned of an injured mama bear in the area. Immediately, Stevie wanted to turn back, but Sam insisted. And so they hiked on. Naturally, Stevie scared for her life the entire time. But they made it to the perfect view of the South Fork Falls and took in the view for a moment before Sam slipped behind Stevie and began rummaging through his backpack. Sam was nervous Stevie would catch him digging the ring out of his pack because he wanted the moment to be perfect. And when Stevie turned to ask him something, she thought she had scared him because he jumped down onto one knee really fast. But as the moment unfolded, she realized he was holding an open ring box. And with that in hand, asked her to marry him. And of course she said yes. Stevie was so excited, she couldn't imagine spending the rest of her life with anyone else.